Every show is different, so we have to kind of tailor what we're doing to every single show depending on how many people we're expecting, what kind of bars we're going to have set up, if there's merchandise, if there's going to be any kind of vendor booths, meet and greet kind of materials, things like that. So currently it's a temporary setup for everything we do, so we have to actually physically set up every single piece, and that can involve everything from ice, it can involve our registers, our mobile coolers for our beverages, everything has to be set up individually. It takes all day to do a setup.
The mobile bars were wonderful for us to use for the longest period of time because it allowed us to be flexible with the space and to do what the renter needed, whether it be a show event or also a bride's event. So that gave us lots of room to move about and work, but it still wasn't excellent for the patron in general. So the new windows, which are being cut into the east wall, will allow that lobby to be opened up and for patrons to walk right up to the window and be served.
If you're standing in the alley bar, there will be 3 overhead coiling fire doors that you'll be able to look into the theater side. Where those overhead coiling fire doors are going, we have to cut 3 holes in the exterior walls of the embassy. And the embassy being a historic building, that makes everyone a little nervous.
It wasn't what we thought it was going to be. Basically, there's 5 stories of unsupported masonry with no relief or support between those 5 stories. The building material is made of a clay tile type material. It's not something we're used to. It's a brittle material. We stopped everything, got the structural engineer involved, and came up with a plan then to demo these openings in a safe way that wouldn't affect the integrity of the building.
What the embassy owns is the building itself, the historic structure, and half of an alley. So we had to work with the Parks Department and the City of Fort Wayne to obtain the other half of the alley. It was a very small strip of land, and we had to work through a lot of policies and procedures and do it correctly. Everybody wanted to do that. Everybody was in favor of the project. It took several months to make that happen, and the Parks Department graciously provided the land to us, and we will of course restore anything that we've touched related to trees and the patio and those kinds of things to make this happen.
Alley bars will make life so much easier because I will not have to do all the temporary setups. We'll have a permanent space to store our product, to keep our equipment, and so it'll be mainly just making sure everything is stocked to what we need, but I won't have to set up every single thing and then tear it down every single show. I'll literally be able to pull down a curtain and walk away. Patrons can't wait. They're excited to see this. You know, some patrons are afraid to even come get a drink because they look and they see how busy it is and they don't want to mess with it. So the fact that we're going to be able to expand what we do in terms of our floor space will make it easier for patrons to come and purchase a popcorn or a drink or two.
And we're really excited about this space and how beautiful it is and how much it looks like the embassy. The best compliment we got recently was, it looks like it's been here a long time.
So in addition to our alley bars, we're actually going to be adding a couple other points of sale. We're going to have a full bar set up in the mezzanine in addition to the one that we have now. And that's going to be what we call our music room, where we have our grand piano, and that's going to be easily accessible for people upstairs instead of having to come downstairs.
I'm standing in the new mezzanine lounge, which was administrative offices for a long period of time, and we've already been using this room. It became available right before Festival of Trees in 2015, and we've already been renting it. So people love it for its intimacy, because it's so pretty, because the marquee is right outside the window and it has its own restrooms. It's available from the lobby side and the theater side.
It's going to be an area with seating and things like that, and that can be used for pre-show events, for VIP sections, things like that. The added points of sale will definitely help us be able to push our lines a little bit quicker, but also ease the congestion and help some patrons be more comfortable while they're here.
This project will add to a continuation of a business model that's been a long time coming. We started with a theater that rented special events to supplement its show schedule, to now we are currently balancing a schedule between shows and special events. With this project complete, we'll be able to do special events, stage shows, and meeting spaces all simultaneously. So we can go from being busy most of the year to busy 365 days a year.
So it's great efficiencies for us operationally, as well as enhancing the patron experience and making it easier for them to move about the lobby, safer for them to be in our building, and ultimately to have the best experience ever.